but maybe it's time to rethink our answer.
It took me a while to walk up. It's getting pretty crowded, so I'm very happy for that. My name is Rich Archuleta. I'm the CEO of PlasticLogic. And from the name of our company, you probably have guessed my answer and our answer to the question that's posed up on the screen. We don't take this question lightly. Paper sets a very, very high standard. Portability, the ability to annotate it and mark up on it and keep those for yourself, it's a great medium. It's taken our culture and our knowledge forward for thousands of years. In fact, in some ways, it's almost perfect. But we don't feel it is perfect. What we are doing at PlasticLogic is trying to give you the benefits of paper with none of the drawbacks. We want to add new functionalities and capabilities to paper that paper will just never be able to achieve. We're going beyond developing an e-reader product, and we're actually creating a whole new category. Before I go on and describe our vision for that category and our first device, I'd like to acknowledge the early hour of this press conference. I've had chats with several of you, and I know many of you set your clocks to get you up early to be on time here. I know several others of you who stayed up all night to get here on time, and I want to thank you from PlasticLogic. We very much appreciate it. So, a number of you, I just show an image on the screen, a number of you have seen us preview our device at prior events, and as soon as the image comes up, there we go. I don't know who that guy is, but we've demoed early prototypes of our device at events. The first time we showed it was a demo in 2008. And what we're going to show you today is refined. Right? We've taken what we've had in the past and we've actually learned. We're an organization that's continually learning. So we've refined our design, we've sharpened our thinking. Now, the thing to understand is the core concept for the product has not changed for the past several years. And this is one of the things I'm very proud of with our company. We've kept a laser focus on several items. The mobile business professional as our target customer has not changed. A large, full-screen, touch-screen device, an interesting and very innovative user interface that allows you to actually work with your documents, the ability to support a number of different document types, to be able to annotate and mark up your documents so you can collaborate more effectively with others, all packaged in a light and very intuitive, easy-to-use product. So that hasn't changed. You may have heard me give those messages before. But much is new in our product, and where we've arrived today, we feel, is the first iconic product in this new category. And I want to apologize. I think we're a little ahead on the videos here. But let me just speaking, and I'll try to kind of catch this up for you. Our first product is actually made possible by fundamental breakthroughs in technology that have been achieved by our teams, breakthroughs in technology and capability. Our company was actually, the genesis for our company actually goes back to the 1980s when a young lecturer in physics at the Cavendish Laboratories of the University of Cambridge, now Sir Richard Friend, and his cohort, Professor Henning Searinghouse, first worked on ideas for how to build electronic circuits and transistors out of organic compounds rather than silicon. they decided 10 years ago, in 2000, to spin out a company called PlasticLogic to really take those technologies and commercialize them. Luckily, Sir Richard had a friend, actually a friend of his who did their PhDs together, and his name is Dr. Herman Hauser. Herman was one of the most successful venture capitalists, and he was in our office, and I should say that Henning and Sir Richard invited him to be on our board of directors. He guides our company to this day, and he was in our offices a few weeks ago, and we asked him to talk a little bit about the early days.
Richard and his team discovered that you can use plastics as the basic semiconductor to build integrated circuits out of, and you don't need silicon anymore. The raw material is very inexpensive. Secondly, the manufacturing process itself, most silicon processes go up to 900 or 1,000 degrees C. They require very expensive equipment. The equipment that you need to do plastic transistors is inkjet printing. So we had this transistor, and the question was, how do you monetize it? How do you make money with this breakthrough? And the obvious product that gives you the greatest, that shows off the advantages of plastic transistors best, is an e-reader. Because you can produce a very large piece of semiconductor, which is the backplane of the transistor, which normally has to be done on glass, and you can do it on a plastic foil, on a plastic substrate, and therefore make it a lot lighter, make it flexible, make it very robust.
So one of the things you see up here, and you saw in the video, is this is our factory. So one of the outputs for the last 10 years for us is the development of a factory in Dresden, Germany, right, that manufactures our technology, manufactures our displays. So as Herman said, one of the key opportunities with our technology is to build a very lightweight reader. And the easy thing for us would have been to enter the e-reader marketplace and to take advantage of our display capabilities to build an e-reader that was lighter and thinner than the competition with a larger screen. We saw a much, much bigger opportunity than that. And so we decided not to go down that path, but to go down a path to create a new product category. The e-readers that you see today are great reading devices. They're great for reading e-books. They're great for casual reading. But what about folks who need to read? Business professionals whose livelihood depends on dealing with a lot of different documents, reading them, reviewing them, annotating them, collaborating with others on those documents. Right? And today, the way people do that is they print them out. Right? And when you print out documents, you know, the readability is very good, but you have two fundamental problems. One is you saw a lot of bulk, right? They're very heavy. And the other issue is that, well, actually, before I go on to the second issue, let me talk a little bit about the bulk. So I have a folder here, and you know, for business professionals that are moving around, this is actually what you would like to carry with you, right? Instead of printing out all your emails and attachments and having those, you know, kind of like stuffing your briefcase, like happens to me all the time. So you'd like to carry around something about this size, but this is all it holds. It holds about one pad of paper. What you actually need to have with you is something more like this, something more like a filing cabinet full of documents that can hold everything that you need to help you be effective in your job. Our documents are pretty much in electronic format today.